Okay, so we're here with Tanya Roach, Director of Procurement at FCL. Tanya, thanks for joining us. I guess maybe just for those that don't know you, perhaps you just want to give us a brief introduction to your role and responsibilities at FCL, and maybe tell us a little bit more about what you and the team are focused on at the moment.
My name is Tanya Roach. I'm the Director of Procurement at FCL. My accountability is I manage our team at the refinery that we have, along with all the corporate procurement within the organization, and then our major capital projects team. So working at Federated Co-Operatives is a co-op on the western part of Canada. So our focus really is to drive a lot of value for the organization. Our organization didn't have a procurement team 5 years ago, so we've been in transformation mode and now coming into trying to really create some and maintaining what we've built.
Yeah, that's fascinating. I saw you talking before about building procurement from the ground up, and we'll come on to that. I guess maybe for some context, do you want to tell us about the transformation, why it was necessary to embark on such a significant journey, and I guess how those needs kind of defined where you were looking for technology partners and I guess setting kind of objectives and goals?
Well, I would say FCL is almost a 100-year-old company, and they never had a procurement team, and I think they had brought in an executive that started to question, where is the procurement team? And they had traditional category management as a retailer, but they really wanted to start to drive value in the organization, and so they started the transformation. I think what was unique about ours is we just got started on the transformation and then COVID hit. And so we really did a transformation through COVID, built the team through COVID, and tried to drive value for the organization. And so we knew if we kind of were thinking big, but knowing that we would do this in phases and really deliver value that the organization was really needing.
That's a huge challenge with COVID hitting. I mean, if you're looking at that transformation, where did procurement fit into that? Maybe you could tell us about how you approach, building essentially a procurement team from the ground up, and how you kind of delivered on that.
I would say we have a very unique model in the sense that we literally started with one person and built the team.
Wow.
And we have an interesting way of building talent is we are a hybrid organization, so we've kind of got the talent where it's at, so not limiting ourselves to the city of our home office, but really looking in the industry for the right people. But it was very much an agile approach. We had this big idea, and we knew what our outcomes that we were looking for, but we knew that we needed to be careful in our approach and have a very phased approach. And so as we built the team, we were being very agile on the categories we'd go after, and we would sort of create that license to operate. So we would go and deliver value, and it gave us that business case to continue to grow and deliver value to the organization. And I think as we got going, we really had a lot of momentum. So the business case got easier to go and ask for people and technology, but that was the three pillars of our transformation was people, process, and technology, and that's really allowed us to be successful in our approach.
Amazing, thank you. And I guess technology, a prerequisite nowadays for procurement, but what was your approach to that? I mean, where did you look to leverage technology? Where did you see it would bring the most benefit, the most gain when you were kind of on that transformation journey?
Well, we knew that if we wanted to deliver the value in a very complex organization, and we knew we wanted to still have a lean team, we weren't looking to build a 100-person procurement team. We needed the technology to scale, and the most obvious place to do that was sourcing. So we knew if we could have really quick cycle times and deliver value quickly for the organization, that's where we would see the most benefit. And as we were thinking about the technology, we were bringing our stakeholders who would end up using that technology along with the procurement team along as we were evaluating different technologies. And then as we went through the implementation, they were along for the ride as well, so that it was happening with them and not to them. And it really created a lot of adoption as we went through the next couple of years. I would say we're very close to 100% adoption in the organization, but you really have to be very mindful of the change management. And so that was something that was top of mind as we did the technology transformation.
Fantastic, thank you. And what about being an Ivalua customer? I mean, how did that selection process work? How are you leveraging their solutions, their technologies, and maybe you can tell me a bit more about some of the benefits and gains you're seeing from deploying Ivalua technology.
I would say in terms of Ivalua, the number one focal point for us was user experience. So as we were looking at the technology, there's a number of solutions out on the market, but we were looking for something that would create a great user experience, be simple to use, would be intuitive. And so our Ivalua really checked all those boxes for us.
Great.
And as we were looking at the tool, we actually did have our procurement team go in there and see how far they could get without training. And so I think that was a unique approach that we took to Ivalua. And as we've deployed other modules within Ivalua, we've had the same experience, really seamless.
That's good, yeah.
Experience for us, and we have seen that value that we thought we would see in the approach, but I think it's really about making sure you do a lot of planning on the front end so that you can be successful with your partner.
And I know strategic sourcing was a big focus. How has the way you select suppliers changed and evolved, and I mean, how is that benefiting the business?
Well, now I think we're actually engaging with our suppliers through the tool, and so they know what to expect. We now have more data at our fingertips in the tool itself, so we know when we've sent supplier RFPs, how they've responded, where they've won a bid and where they haven't. So there's just created that real community within the tool itself to be interacting with our suppliers, and now everyone's used to using the tool, and we've really created that as our source of truth for the organization.
Okay, excellent. And I mean, are there plans for continuing the journey, continuing the relationship? We've obviously seen some amazing kind of new innovations from Ivalua over the last couple of days. I mean, are they on your radar? Are you looking to kind of keep going with that relationship?
Absolutely. We started with sourcing, but then we about a year ago started implementing supplier information management module. We're currently looking at P2P with Ivalua, so that will be our next journey with them. And of course, with an implementation like that, there's a lot of planning and considerations that need to be made before we embark on that. But the really exciting thing that we're about to do with Ivalua is we are deploying Eva in their AI tool. So we'll be deploying, or we'll be turning that on, I guess, in the next probably about month. So we've been working with the Ivalua team to configure that. So I'm really excited to see the efficiency that it'll bring to our team. And of course, a lot of teams are excited to dabble in AI, so I think it's a good way to also motivate the team when you can bring this technology to them.
Absolutely. There's such a buzz around AI over the last couple of days. I mean, it seems that it's just going to transform the way we do things. Do you think that's a kind of fair assessment? Oh,
absolutely. Yeah. I think there's a lot of opportunity with AI, and I think if you're in lockstep with your IT team, I think you can do it in the right way. Yeah. But really finding the right practical use cases that'll benefit your organization and not kind of look at all the shiny objects, I guess. You kind of have to differentiate what's going to bring value back to your organization.
Okay, and just I guess about the event, we talked a little about the importance of networking and connecting. I mean, procurement has a lot on its plate at the moment. Do you think it's really important for companies like Ivalua to take the lead in bringing people together like this for events like we're kind of experiencing?
Absolutely. I think it's a great opportunity to connect with your peers, and as you're deploying other solutions and other companies maybe one step ahead of you or did it in a different order than you. It's always nice to understand what their experiences were, what their watch outs are, things that we should be considering. And then it's always great to connect with people honestly across the world and understand how they're meeting the challenges of procurement and supply chain and how they're mitigating some of those risks. So it's always great to connect with people here.
Yeah, it's been a great 2 days. I mean, I guess lastly, I know you've got an ongoing journey, and we've talked a little about some of those kind of innovations you're looking at. Have there been any standout sessions or any kind of key themes that you found have really resonated with you at the event?
Well, I think we always want to be forward-looking. So the event that I saw this morning, where they were looking at their roadmap and the technologies that they're about to bring with a lot of their AI generated tools, I'm really excited about that. And that's, last year is where I learned about Eva here. And so now we're deploying Eva. So we're really excited about that. So I think always understanding what they're what's next. And sometimes when you see those tools, you want them now. But I think that there's just so much opportunity leveraging the platform.
Yeah, it's an exciting future, I guess.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, Tanya, look, thanks so much for joining us. It's been a pleasure speaking to you. Really enjoyed it, and thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.